take projection.
Welcome everybody to Taking on Sports. I am TD. That is Greg. Greg, how you doing, man?
I am pretty good. Another excellent sports weekend. I mean, we're here National Title Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Able to do this while we watch. Good game. So, man, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's nice that we're getting a good close game out of it, man. Not just going through the
Another
motions of a
Miami,
blowout. Yeah,
another Indiana
I
beatdown.
know, right?
Because the way they run through people, geez, who knew what might happen?
It is indeed crazy, but yeah, it looks like we'll be geared up for a good finish here while we're
Offense.
recording.
Yeah,
It's about midway through the third quarter now, as we
about
start to record this. But yeah, man, like you said, another good sports weekend, good football in particular. The NFL just keeps bringing it on these playoff
oh,
games, man.
man.
Just
Some excellent
I
games.
mean,
That Bills, Broncos. I mean, the damn Bears, Rams. Oh man, and just how quickly the emotions change in that thing. I mean, you
hmm
go from the Bears with Caleb Williams. I mean, just the most crazy touchdown pass ever. Then he throws a pick. The next,
yeah, absolutely crazy. Well, let's go ahead and start there. Start with the NFL since college is
yeah,
still rolling along here. But yeah, let's start that Bills or the no, let's start the Rams Bears game. Last one we just
just a
absolutely insane. Great back and forth, and then
great defense.
yeah,
Honestly,
great
I mean,
defensive game. Both defenses showed
yeah,
up.
not what you would have really thought. I mean, considered
Mm-mm.
we think of their offense, but they came clutch when they had to. But man, just a phenomenal game. That's the one joy of when you don't have a team involved.
Right.
You can just enjoy everything about the game that
hmm
you normally don't. Not that I have much experience with playoffs, and so, but we've been at some wild card games. But anyway, but when you're just watching it, you really doesn't matter who wins to you, but you're just enjoying a great game. It just I don't, that's the one good thing when you get a great game.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
and
you can
especially
just enjoy it for what it is.
yeah, and even if your team is in the playoffs, you still sometimes don't get that same just relaxed feeling watching other games
No,
because you're like, well, how does this
because you're
impact us?
stressed.
Yeah, how does this
You're stressed.
impact us? How are we going to play one of these teams? Or like, damn, I hope we can
Right.
play like that or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, with no team in the playoff, it is. Oh no, stopped him short.
Oh,
Uh,
on third down, but
yeah,
not like today.
yeah. But yeah, you just get this relaxation. You're like, hey man, let me just watch a good football game, and man, they delivered.
Absolutely.
Caleb Williams once again, absolutely insane play to tie it late in the game.
He
Send it.
probably has two two of the most epic touchdown passes in 2 weeks
I know,
in
just
playoff history.
just insane. 4th and 4 from what like they were inside the 20, right? And man, and he just once he started
Oh,
running backwards, I was like, oh man, this game.
oh my! Look
I was like,
at
this
the
game doesn't
score.
deserve to end like this. I thought he was going to get hit
Oh,
or
block the
blocked a punt,
punt.
touchdown Indiana right here.
Oh, that might.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's the type of thing that'll change the game
I was about to
completely.
say, let's see how the Canes respond to
Oh,
this because that is now going to be a
oh,
10-point Indiana lead here midway through, or
oh,
about 5 minutes left in
oh,
the
wow.
third. Oh yeah,
Jeez.
that's a
Yeah,
huge turning
that's
point in this game, possibly.
possibly.
But yeah, going back to when he started running backwards, I was like, oh no, he's gonna get tripped up or hit,
That's
or
a
he's
big
just gonna
pass.
throw a pass off the back of his foot and it's gonna land at the 10-yard line or something, But nah, kept going back, got to the 40, got himself like a few feet or a few
Dude,
yards.
at that point, I'm getting nervous for him. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
no.
right. You're like he's gonna get murdered, but he yeah gets to the 40. He's got a few yards of space, so he launches one kind of off his back foot still.
But it was perfectly thrown at the same time, though.
A
Which
perfectly
is
thrown
crazy.
pass, Cole Komet in the back of
He
the end
missed
zone.
it.
Oh, did he miss the
Oh,
extra
it went.
point? Or nope, bounces
Oh,
through.
he made it.
Yeah, Cole Komet, maybe a little push off. I think it was fine. No flag there.
Yeah, it
Uh,
looked like they were hand fighting. So yeah,
yeah,
not I
yeah.
would not one you want to call in that situation. But that was the craziest part about that is the way that he threw that the pass itself. It looked like it was just a normal pass. I mean, it was perfectly thrown, cold commit, beautifully. You know, the defense was pretty bad on that play, honestly. But
Yeah.
anyway, but I mean, it looked like it was a perfectly thrown ball. I mean, off your back foot like that after basically running 30 yards back. I mean, just a crazy thing. And then, they get the overtime. They actually stopped the Rams on their first drive. So you're thinking, oh man, the Bears are probably about to pull this thing off.
Mm-hmm.
And then unfortunately, bad Caleb showed up, or there was a or it was a misread by the receiver didn't run the right route. Something was off with that
Mm-hmm.
interception. Looked bad,
I think,
but that was his first for the day, and man, that
yeah, I think that
gave the Rams.
the quote from Caleb Williams was just they weren't on the same page. So definitely miscommunication there, and a tough time to have it
Yeah,
always. But credit to the Rams, they still had to go down and get in field goal position and
yeah,
win that game, and they did. So
they
yeah,
did.
absolutely outstanding game. The Rams are on to the NFC Championship. They'll go to Seattle to face their division rival for a rubber
Third
match.
time this season.
Yeah, third time, and Seattle had no problems, no close game in theirs. All those injuries finally caught up to San Francisco.
Yeah,
Um,
man,
mm,
that was really the only terrible game. But
mhm,
hey, I didn't have it. That's the one only time when I don't have a mind seeing a blowout in a playoff game where there's some of that team I
mhm.
dislike. I had no problem watching San Francisco get decimated. But
Yeah, I got.
yeah, I mean, but you hate it. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's actually pretty incredible that the 49ers got as far as they did this year and have the record they did, considering they had a plethora of
Mhm.
injuries. Like they couldn't keep anybody healthy for any length of time. I mean, their quarterback was out for a while. McCaffrey's out like normal. The defense couldn't stay healthy. They got folks back. They kept winning games. I mean, they had a good little winning streak going. But yeah, Seattle just
Uh,
just
no, yeah, just kind of flexing after. A lot of people talking about like, oh man, they're soft one seed, or like a lot of people thinking
yeah,
that they weren't gonna even win their first game, and
they really
they came out, took that personally. Oh,
ooh,
ooh, big hit. Kind of, yeah, Carson Beck kind of laid his man out there. Didn't get that safety off him enough. But yeah, Seattle just handled business, so they'll host the NFC title game against the Rams. I'm sure Matt Stafford and company will be much happier to play in Seattle
both
than
phenomenal,
Chicago.
both phenomenal games.
Yeah.
The both phenomenal regular season games. I mean, what was it, both 3 points both times?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, third matchup between the two division rivals, and should be a good one with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. Over on the other side, New England handled Houston. They did struggle for a while. Houston's defense kept them in it. C.J. Stroud played a terrible game. That Houston
Oh,
offense just
they have
they're not there.
4 picks.
Yeah, not a good effort.
I mean, and then they had no Nico. I mean, they didn't have.
Yeah, and they had they're another team that's kind of gotten a few injuries as the season's worn
Yeah,
on. But
not having Nico definitely hurt. But
yeah. So another season ends in the divisional round for them, but I think a better season than some people expected from them. And
yeah,
now Carson's going to try a little scramble drill. Got his guy,
Carson,
big third down conversion. Oh,
huge,
but
good, good Carson Beck showing up.
good Carson. Yeah, he's got to bring it now. But all credit to New England. A hell of a coaching job there by Mike Vrabel. We knew there was some talent in this team. I don't think anybody thought that they were going to be making the AFC
Quite this.
title game. Yeah, Drake May, tough. Like we said, Houston's defense kept him in it, and Will Anderson Jr. It's so funny.
Phenomenal game.
It's a phenomenal game, and it's so funny being on social media whenever he makes a big play because you see about 20,000 posts from Bama fans being like, "Man, fuck Pete Golding." Uh,
Yeah, you know who else is a hell of a NFL player? I mean, he had some okay times at Alabama, but Henry Toa
Hmm.
is having a hell of an NFL career. He
He
was
is, man.
always he was the guy that was always in the right place, but too slow to make the play. But obviously, he had more help, at certain spots in the
Mhm.
NFL. But he makes a shitload of tackles every game, and he
He was,
he's
yeah.
gonna have a long NFL career if he stays healthy.
He was one of those
Honestly,
guys that was frustrating because you could tell he was talented, and they a
I
lot of.
always thought he was just slow.
I mean, I did too. It was funny because I always thought like what I heard about his
Oh,
his
there he
pluses
goes.
were that was that he was a kind of a coach on the field type, but he always to me seemed like he was trying to do other people's job. That was always my frustration for him is he'd be out of position because he was trying to overcompensate for something else. It's like, man, if you had
Yeah,
stayed right there, you would have made that tackle. Like, or if you would have,
right,
not been too aggressive, you would have made the play. But
right.
yeah, like you
Yeah, he
said,
always seemed like
he is clicking into D'Amico Ryan's defense. Um, and maybe he just finally understands, hey, just do your job and trust your teammates to do theirs.
yeah. Maybe, of course, you would think it'd have to be easier in the NFL because it's the NFL guys. So
Yeah,
obviously,
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, they should know that if they're started in the NFL, obviously they're doing their job. Like,
Yeah, you're not going to
so
have to, yeah, not going to have
yeah,
to compensate for them. On
right.
the other side of it, New England will be going to the one seed in the AFC, the Denver Broncos, who won an absolutely hell of a game with the Bills. Speaking of guys who had a bad day, Josh Allen, just poof, tough game for him. Not his best effort at all.
No, he
But
got
he
a
still,
last pick.
yeah, still had,
Still was in the game though.
still was in it.
Still,
But Broncos pull it out in overtime. But and then of course
you hate to see. Yeah,
the shocking news afterwards. I got a notification on the phone. What like a couple hours after the game, all of a sudden it says Bo Nix done for playoffs
how
with broken foot or broken bone in foot. It just you,
was that?
you couldn't tell because it happened the second last play of the game. He just runs around left, a little quarterback keeper, just to position the ball for the kick, and he doesn't really. He runs off the field. He does the post game interviews. Doesn't really show any signs of
Talk
being
about it.
hurt, and then all of a sudden they do this X-ray,
No,
and so now
that-
Jarrett Stidham will be starting an AFC title game. That's
one Auburn quarterback to the next, huh?
it's just yeah, right. Just absolutely insane to hear that's going to be the option. But so tough break for the Broncos, man, to win that game, get an AFC title
And that
game at
first
home, chance to go back to the Super Bowl, first time in what about a decade now,
about a decade, yeah.
and then just you learn that while you're celebrating. Denver fans are out at the bars or at home, they're wherever they
Crazy, having
celebrate.
a great time,
Yeah,
enjoying their Saturday night, and you get hit with
uh,
that notification.
yeah, just like
At first,
when you don't even know it's coming. That's the worst part. Like I remember seeing some of
yeah,
those. One that sticks out to me is when we were in school, the year that Brody Croy went down towards ACL.
you knew
We
it
were
was
at
bad.
that crappy game. We knew he got hurt. And you were just hoping it wasn't bad, but I remember specifically. I think we went to Hooters after the game or something, and we saw it on ESPN, and just the collective groan in the restaurant. And it's like, but we knew something was coming. We were just hoping it was like a ankle sprain or
Wasn't as
something. Yeah.
bad as he looked. Yeah,
But
but this, I mean, there was no. Yeah, you really didn't
nothing. Yeah.
sense it was anything crazy. And then I had to when that notification came across from ESPN to Adam Schefter, I had to read it like 2 or 3 times to make sure I was
Yeah.
read it
Right.
right. I was like, what? Like he was in the whole game. What?
I kept
When did he get hurt?
Yeah, I kept waiting for like a correction, notification. Like, sorry, like we said Bo Nixon last. It's actually an insert alignment or
Yeah.
something. But like,
I mean, when did he get hurt?
that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait a minute, now I didn't. Did he? I don't. Did I miss something? Because like I didn't watch. I didn't get to watch that whole game at home. I had it like paying attention to it on my phone and stuff. We were out
Mhm.
running some errands, but when I got back home toward the end. I'm like, did he do something earlier in the game? Like that's weird. They didn't talk about it, but no, just
Just kind of freaky accident. Oh
yeah.
man, that just changes the whole persona of the game, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's. I mean, obviously, it's a big break for the Patriots. That's going against an offense that at times struggles anyway, and now they're
yeah,
not going to have their quarterback, and so
yeah.
they're really going to need Jarrett Stidham to be
After,
a Hollywood hero here. He's going to need a movie.
the good thing for the Broncos is they have the defense that allows
Mm-hmm.
them to stay in
I'm
game.
about to say it, but that's what it comes down to. Is the Broncos defense, special teams are going to have to make the play,
Yeah,
and
and Jared Stidham just gonna have to manage, not make mistakes, not put his team in bad spots.
hope the run game can.
Run game opens up. The one good thing for them, though that's a good
Yeah,
response for Miami
nice
to
little
send him after the
touchdown Hurricanes. Nice little play design there. Fake end around pitch and
house.
hand it to Fletcher, who's lined up at fullback there.
But the good thing though, that yes, the Patriots are a talented team, but their offense isn't the scariest.
Mhm.
It's good, but I mean, we saw them. They had plenty of series there against the Texans, and of course that's a great defense. But where they just didn't do anything either. And if they got put in good spots with CJ Shaw's 4 picks as well. I mean, if he don't have them 4 picks, and
Yeah,
you know,
who knows?
we're
Yeah.
talking about the ball game. Who knows what happens with that? So that's the one benefit the Broncos do have, but still, yeah, that's tough in that fashion to lose your quarterback. And for Jared Stidham, I mean, hell, I mean, I'm sure he practices every week and does stuff, but you're not expecting to really, you want to play, but sometimes you're like, well, shit. And now you can't, now that it's your team, and it's the biggest game of the season,
Hmm.
season on the line, AFC Championship. You're going to the Super Bowl to be the quarterback to win. Jeez, no pressure.
Yeah. Right. No pressure at all. Just
So we'll see. But maybe but maybe he handles it well because I mean, what are people expecting from him? So I mean, really, should you have pressure on yourself because no one's expecting much? Go
mhm.
out there and just have a game. I mean, it's easier said than done, of course, but
Right. Right.
if you think about it, I mean, who's expecting to go light it up for real?
Yeah, exactly. It's one of these situations where we've seen this before. Nick Foles is probably the most recent
I mean, he
example.
kicked our ass.
Yeah, after Carson Wentz had a
Jared Stidham,
MVP type season, goes down in the last game of the season. He got hurt, right, and Nick Foles
yeah,
comes in. Old Big Dick Nick, as they
you
said.
never heard from Carson.
Yeah, right. Carson Wentz with an ether, and then
And he put
going back to when we were kids, old Jeff Hostetler taking over for Phil
house
Sims.
there for Phil Sims.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
the Giants led them to a Super Bowl victory. So,
yeah. So you mean it happens, but man, it's just a tough situation. We'll see what happens, but man, yeah, you hate to see it, but it makes it. I mean, unfortunately, that's football. Sometimes you get the worst injuries at the craziest times. We've seen it time and time again.
it is, but so that
But yeah,
no, go ahead, finish.
I was saying, but now that really, um, I guess the I think the bigger thing of the weekend really though is that the Bills lost in the fashion that they did. And then the whole Josh Allen thing. The thing I noticed though is Josh doesn't get near the heat other guys get.
Mm-mm.
But
He
he does
he
not
does
get the
he does not at all. It's all poor
let
Josh and this and
Lamar
that.
let Lamar have that problem. Let Lamar have lost in that fashion.
Everybody
Yeah,
been choke artist
that's
Lamar.
all.
Lamar can't do it in the playoffs. This, that, all that kind of crap.
Yeah, and it's the same. Yeah, I mean, they're talking about it with Jalen Hurts a little bit too, and some of it, maybe at times some people say it's a racial undertone. not really going to that, but for some certain people, boy, Lamar is getting cooked all day.
Hmm.
Interesting, that the Bills did fire their coach behind it.
I was about to
So
say, yeah, that ended up being the big story. Sean McDermott
this morning, yeah.
fired, which I think a lot of people kind of almost
Whoa,
jumped that route.
whoa,
Ooh,
whoa, whoa, whoa. That was six.
Miami. I was about to say
That was six.
Miami was a step away from taking the lead in this one. Yeah, who was that? 24 jumped the route, played it perfectly. Man, he might have could have made the play still on that.
You know,
It's smart either way to. Yeah, he might have been able to actually jump that though. Now looking at that replay, but yeah, no, it's definitely. I mean, yeah, and you're right. There is definitely a racial aspect to the general narrative around black quarterbacks, white quarterbacks, and particularly guys like Lamar and Jalen Hurts. Some of the stuff around Jalen Hurts this year is crazy. The man was the Super Bowl MVP last year.
yeah.
That's a
Now,
yeah. Um, and
and what I'll
now.
say about that, yeah, I mean, it's like the different. It's like people do the same exact things happen. You know,
Mhm,
both ways. You know, sometimes Jalen loses games, but we've seen Lamar have great performances. We've seen him lose some
mhm,
games. Not necessarily for him. We've seen Josh Allen win some great games. We've seen him lose some games, some on him, some not.
mhm,
But yeah, he doesn't ever catch the heat that others do. I mean, he's getting to the point though, And the other thing too, I mean, when you look at the quarterbacks, I mean, really people are looking at, well, he doesn't have to face Lamar, he doesn't have to face Mahomes. This might be his best opportunity as far as that when you're looking just a quarterback
mhm,
play. Nothing, even though we're not taking into account all the other aspects of it, and there's some phenomenal teams, so that's kind of selling the other team short. But when you look at just the quarterbacks, you're like, well, damn,
mhm,
this might have been the opportunity, considering Drake May. You look at the other quarterbacks he was possibly going up against. I mean,
mhm.
it's young guys, up
Yeah.
and coming guys, not really people you consider superstars at the moment. So, some, but yeah, Buffalo Fire. I don't. I mean, is it on him? I don't. I mean, I don't.
It felt a lot to me, kind of like the Ravens firing, and obviously McDermott hasn't been there as long as Harbaugh was, but it was just a little bit of kind of like
Kind of same,
same
same.
story every year. So we got to change something, and
Right.
it's obviously like we're not going to trade Josh Allen. I
Yeah.
think the roster's pretty fairly well constructed. You had the leading rusher this year in James Cook.
Yeah.
Your defense maybe
Say probably.
yeah, could make some changes, but still a solid defense. Oh,
Yeah.
miscommunication there in Indiana.
I would say that wide receiver room is kind of weak
That's the biggest improvement. They need to get him a number one receiver because that's what they do not have, and they have
because
not had since Diggs left.
Keon Coleman sucks.
He has certainly not lived up to his potential.
I mean, the year that he had at Florida State, coming, that's what got him that. But and really, they've had some busted wide receiver, and interesting enough, both came from Florida State. Kelvin Benjamin did not turn into anything. Keon struggled a bit. Yeah, I mean, Diggs was a star.
But then that relationship went south, and they chose to
That was bad.
get rid of him.
Yeah,
And they got like a
and then
Mari
Gabe.
Cooper last year, but obviously he's
That
at
didn't
the end of his career. He
was
retired.
yeah, yeah. They definitely have to find a one because at this point, you can't have a terrible wide receiver room when you have one of the top, arguably five quarterbacks in the league.
Oh yeah,
You
not
can't
not even
waste this.
arguably top three probably. You're probably talking.
You got. I
Yeah,
mean, you can argue here and there, but
yeah,
he's
that's true. Yeah.
definitely top five, if
Hmm.
not top three, just depending on how you look at things. But you got to get that man a definite guy,
Hmm.
not a could be good. You got to get him a guy.
No,
And
yeah.
they're gonna have to figure that out.
You know who? And I don't want them to do this because they play in the AFC. So I don't really want the Bills to get stronger. But a guy that's sitting out there on a team that would need to trade his contract so they could, fix other parts of their roster. A guy that's not had a shot at being a number one but is a number one. T. Higgins. He's a big
Yeah.
body, downfield threat type guy.
No,
He's making, good.
doesn't seem to happy since Cincinnati. I mean, he's had
Yeah.
contract issues the whole time. Kind of tired of being the number two guy.
Right.
Yeah,
But he did agree,
absolutely.
he did extend there. So he gets paid decently, almost like a
Yeah,
number one. So it's a contract they could
right.
say, I don't know their cap situation, any of that stuff, but I do know that Cincinnati needs to fix a lot of other areas of their roster, namely their offensive line. They need to protect Joe
Oh,
Burrow, and they need to,
yeah.
fix
Keep
that
him on the field.
defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep him on the field. Exactly. And so T. Higgins traded him would allow you to do that. Now, whether they'd want to do it to an AFC team and, who knows, Bengals ownership is famously terrible.
Just the whole Ohio ownerships. It
Yeah.
doesn't
Ooh.
matter. Cleveland, Cincinnati, they just have done the wildest stuff over the time. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that might.
It's just something
And
I
then
randomly thought about. I was like, you know what? There's a guy that's there for him. And I don't know who's going to
yeah,
be free agents this year. I know A.J. Brown is, maybe we might have seen the last of him in Philly. So
yeah,
who knows?
yeah. I mean it's gonna probably be some options. But yeah, that is actually an interesting one. And from T Higgins' perspective, you know, at least you know that you're going to a spot where you have a definite good quarterback. Some of these receivers they get, want to become a one, they sell themselves short as far as where they're going. Oh, I'm the guy now, but then they go to Oakland or
Yeah.
at least here in this situation, he's going somewhere with the quarterback at the same level as the quarterback that he has.
Yeah.
So
Huge.
you wouldn't be losing anything from that aspect.
Oh,
But yeah, it'd
huge
be
fourth down
interesting to
right
see
here.
that.
Indiana going for it, 4th and 5.
Did
Yeah.
he?
Oh, was he
Was
in
he out?
bounds? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back
Oh
shoulder
wow.
throw about 15, 20 yards downfield. Oh
That
man.
is
Ball
that is a hell of a
ballsy call. What a catch too. Yep.
phenomenal catch.
But landed in bounds. That is a catch. Huge fourth down by the Hoosiers right there.
Oh my god. That is phenomenal.
That's
That's that dude that slaughtered us. Was it?
80. What's his
Yeah.
name? Is that Becker? Is he 80?
Yeah, but
Man, just
yeah,
I mean the
phenomenal.
whole offense slaughters. Uh,
Yeah, but Becker, I mean,
yeah.
what has he been in Indiana or did he come with? I don't know. I
Honestly,
don't,
don't know,
can't say
man. Yeah.
very specifically. But this season, it seems like anytime there's a big catch to make,
Yeah.
he seems to be in the
I
mix.
think he. I think. I don't think he. I did think he came from somewhere else because they were talking about what's the other dude's name? Savat. They were talking about him being the only holdover from the
Yeah,
Tom Allen days. So
I'm talking about. So he has to obviously,
yeah.
yeah, had to come from
So now
somewhere.
Indiana has the ball deep Miami territory. 10 minutes left. 3-point lead. So
Gotta hold to a field goal if you're Miami.
yeah, you got to get him. You got to get him back to that decision. Here comes another third down here, but yeah. So two pretty good looking title games. Obviously, that Bo Nix injury really puts a dent in the AFC title game.
It does a little, but hopefully that defense can keep him in at least make
Yeah,
it watchable. I
yeah,
think if he doesn't make mistakes, I think they're able to stay in the game. But
yeah. As far as the NFC goes, that should be a great one. I did see Zach Charbonnet. I think is going to be out for the title game. So that's a hurt. That hurts Seattle, but
yeah.
Kenneth Walker isn't exactly a scrub.
Kenny
So
Walker had a hell of he ran all over the
he
49ers.
did. And now he'll actually be able to run for touchdowns. Yeah, if he gets the shot. But yeah, so exciting. Final four
Oh,
for yeah. Miami's getting it, man. He's getting away with a few tugs here and there. But off the field, NFL is a busy week. Of course, as soon as we
yeah.
finished recording last week and the next morning, news came out. Mike Tomlin stepped down as coach of the Steelers. Just kind of crazy. As now, I think 10 coaching changes this offseason. I think it's a record for NFL season. And
Yeah.
absolutely insane that he and John Harbaugh stepped down at the same time. There's actually a pretty funny clip. Ravens owner Steve Bisciotti was doing his press conference, and the news broke about Tomlin during the press conference, someone asked him if Tomlin would be a candidate, and he said, I'll forget his direct quote, but he's like, that'd be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? But he said only if John goes to Pittsburgh. So would be funny. All indications looks like Mike Tomlin's going to take at least a year off from coaching.
Which is,
Yeah.
I'm sure that would be weird for him, but it might be nice for him too. Have a year just to kind of do what you want to do. If you want to do some broadcasting, cool. If you don't, just hang out with your family. And
Yeah.
I'm sure, should he want to, there'll be plenty of teams at his doorstep.
I was about to say there'll be teams next year that'll might be like, ooh,
College pro,
yeah,
he'll
exactly.
be a one
Yeah.
over the place.
What is his?
Because no matter, are they? Fuck.
What's up?
Going for it. Fourth and 5.
Oh, another fourth down attempt here for Indiana after Miami.
Kick.
Go. Oh, a
Look
QB
at
draw. Got it.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
what a run by Fernando Mendoza.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
That-
The Heisman Trophy winner.
This just elevated his
What
stock.
a
to
run. Oh, yeah.
level.
He is going to be a Raider in just a couple months' time. Unfortunately for him. But,
I mean, it doesn't get any bigger today. You got 4th and 5. You're going for it. You could have easily just kicked the field goal and believed in your defense. And then your quarterback goes airborne.
Yep. Puts it.
Not the fastest guy in the world either.
No, yeah, not the fastest, not the most fleet, but man, he puts it. He does just enough. He's like kind of like, man, kind of reminds me of like John Elway, Steve Young out there. Them like '90s scrambling guys. When you compare them to the guys these days, they look slow, but they're.
But when he does run, it's with a purpose, and it always seems to be at the right times and does amazing stuff. And just like that, boom.
Put his shoulder down, spin move.
Just oh wow.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Amazing run there. Wow. I want to see if Miami can once again answer back.
I bet say hell of a drive by Indiana there to answer after Miami gets back within 3 and was that 15 play 75-yard right there, 2 fourth down conversions.
2 4th and 5.
That's
wow.
Hey man, that's like going out and win the game right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, NFL off field, Mike Tomlin steps down, so we'll see, where Pittsburgh goes next. Of course, they famously do not go through a lot of coaches. Their next hire will be like the fourth since 1960 something, whatever.
We might have grandkids by the next time they hire again.
It absolutely.
We're going off the history.
It is that crazy. During our lifetime, we've had.
Me too. I mean,
did we have I guess we had the end of the Chuck Noll era.
Man, we were little kids.
Little, yeah. And then Bill Cowher gets there, and then
Mr. Spitter.
Yeah, right. Sergeant Slaughter there.
Yeah. And then we've had Mike Tomlin's been there since 20 years.
19 years. Yeah, it was 2007 he was hired there.
Wow.
So insane. And then his old nemesis John Harbaugh took a job with the Giants, as a lot of people thought, but there was some maybe last-second hiccups that almost ruined the deal.
But it worked for him. I mean, it's an interesting situation for him to go to because we had talked about last week just the young talent that's there. I mean, if they stay healthy, I mean, that they got a great base, and we'll have some draft picks, of course, again this year, and see what they can do. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a base. He's got some good young talent on both sides of the ball. The jokes on the Ravens internet is that he's going to get Greg Roman as OC, and poor Jackson Dart's going to be dead by week 4. But
yeah,
I mean,
he likes to run the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this as someone who definitely not a fan of Greg Roman. Greg Roman is a great guy to come in, develop a run scheme for an offense, and turn an offense around in the first year. The problem is that after that first year, everyone catches on, and his passing scheme is terrible, just outright terrible. And so
He's
here's this run again by Mendoza. Great cut here to get to the open
phenomenal run.
field, and then
But then they completely whiff on him.
yeah,
And a couple guys, boom, boom, boom.
miss, and then
And he bounces,
oh
and then boom,
yeah.
from the two.
I mean,
Just
got to wrap up.
that's just the will to want
Mhm.
to win the game right there.
I mean, that is your
Um,
Heisman Trophy winner looking like it right there. So now the Hurricanes down 10 again. About 9 minutes left in the game. So let's see what they got.
another penalty.
Yeah, but let's see where else. So John Harbaugh, yeah, interesting hire there. The Dolphins hired Packers defense coordinator Jeff Hafley. The Packers,
Were the
yeah,
was the Packers defense that good? I mean, I guess they were decent, but
yeah.
have they been that good?
That seems like a hire like they just wanted that guy, and ownership or front office or whoever
Something about them?
just knows it. Yeah, just has that he was their guy and they took him. The other hire that happened this week, the Falcons hired Kevin Stefanski, former Browns coach, hoping he can come in there and work some of his. He has produced some good offenses. He's two-time coach of the year. He's a guy that does know what he's doing, and it's just he was in Cleveland, so
Yeah, you wonder, but then at the same time, he's done some dumbass
yeah,
stuff
true.
along
So
the way too.
so
I think he's one of them dudes who's talented, but sometimes he thinks he's smarter than what he has. He does. Uh, he does some unnecessary stuff.
could be perfect for the Falcons. Who knows?
I mean, if anything, they at least he has a much more talented offense to deal with now. So we'll see what he does with it.
Uh-oh. Good tackle. That is it.
I mean,
Man, Indiana's so good at tackling in the open field.
they don't, yeah,
Tony could have easily slipped out of that and got another 20, 30 or housed it
yeah.
there.
I mean, one on one, and you get Tony. I mean, that's yeah, that's
But yeah, so those are the only 3 jobs that have been filled as of right now. So 7 left. The Ravens have interviewed everybody and their moms. I think they
everybody
did. I
mother.
think they did like 15, 16 interviews in their first round, and they'll narrow their list down. They said to like 5 guys and get them in Baltimore for in-person interviews.
Interesting.
So yeah, they are literally. It's funny being on Ravens, internet and people freaking out about one candidate. Oh my God, why are we interviewing him or da da da? And it's like we don't need him to be a head coach. But it's also with guys like Cliff Kingsbury or Mike McDaniel. They were interviewed and kind of told. Let's see if there's a flag there. No, they were kind of told that look, we're interviewing you for both the head coach and offense coordinator position. So they
Interesting.
are really doing their due diligence. So, which hey, I appreciate. Like I said, when you hire guys this quick, like Miami did, it just gets to feel like you had a guy in mind, and which is
Yeah,
good too. But I don't mind interviewing everybody and go
because
yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's no rush to it. It's not like he has to recruit players. You know of course the NFL. I mean, whether there's a coach or not, if you have your GM in place, you're still going to draft players. It's still going to
Did he catch
have a
that?
line. Did he not catch that?
They said no.
Really? I'm gonna
Interesting.
have to see this one. Look.
We'll see. I thought he caught it. I also thought that maybe Indiana's guy went over his back a little early, but let's see here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, hit the ground at the end there, but
That's not interference though.
I was about to say he
Jesus.
was there a little early, but tough drop.
Really.
Man, I'm taking now 3rd and 10, so this is dangerous territory here for the Hurricanes.
Oh, need something here.
Yeah, but no, yeah. So interesting to see who will fill out these other NFL spots, and then who will obviously make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, college game. Of course, we're watching national title right now. The portal has wrapped up as far as players in being able to enter the portal. Guys that are unsigned can still sign anytime.
It's a lot of unsigned people in that portal right now.
There is,
They
and
may
there's a
not
lot,
have jobs.
a lot of reports of guys that are now wanting to go back, but there's not a spot for them. A
And
lot of stories about agents kind of misleading their guys. And look, yeah, this is what Nick Saban talked about, man, when needing guardrails for this thing. It's funny because every
as
Saban hater out there was just like, oh, he's just mad. He doesn't want to play players. It's like, that's not true. Nick Saban has said many times in the past there's a big
he
third down conversion. 3rd and 15, and you get a 20-yard
needed
catch.
that.
There you go.
Needed that.
Um, uh,
Yeah, because I mean, obviously they. And the thing is there. Some people are just easy to prey on, and they know it. The people that are in their ear know it. Because maybe they don't have the strongest family scene.
uh-oh.
Maybe they.
Uh-oh. Man,
Oh,
Tony gets deep in
he is
Indiana
strong.
territory now. Here come the
He's,
Hurricanes.
I mean, it's strong.
Uh, no,
But yeah, I
no,
mean,
yeah, you're absolutely right. These are young guys that there's going to be not to stereotype all agents. I'm sure there are good ones out there that actually build real relationships with their clients, but there also are going to be a lot of opportunistic guys out there that are just trying to get that commission, and they're going to
yeah,
mislead these guys and tell them, oh, yeah, they can make money, or like you don't need to stay there, you need to
you
hold
go,
out.
yeah, you don't have.
And that's what Nick Saban and that's what other people have warned about. Ooh, dangerous.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like, and of course we know that there's tampering, and that's part of it. But I feel like a lot of the big names when they go into the portal, they might not know exactly where they're going, but they know that they really have about 7 or 8 choices, and it's a matter where they want to go. You know, to go into the portal and really not have an idea of who's interested in you, that's the dangerous game. That's a dangerous game to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
If,
here
oh,
comes
here we go. Big
Tony.
Tony. Oh, touchdown, Tony.
The
We got it
touch
back to
the
the ball
Hurricanes.
game.
Oh man,
Great,
six and a
great,
half left. Depending on extra point, they'll be down three
phenomenal,
again. So now the Miami
phenomenal
defense. Uh,
anthem.
this is where if you are a special teams coach and you have some type of trick, sneaky onside kick,
Do you
this
do
is
you
the,
do it now?
this is where you get in the coach's ear and you're like,
Oh,
hey coach, hey coach. I don't, I wouldn't personally do it. That your defense, you still got 3 timeouts.
yeah,
Kick it deep and tell your defense, hey, it's time to make a play, man.
time to man up.
Yeah.
Oh wow, great answer though. I mean, great answer. That was Malachi Tony. His whole damn series was him.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
And to think that man is just a freshman. Good God.
Yeah. Miami's got at least 2 years of him being making plays
Yeah.
down there. Well, assuming they can pay for him, retain him, and
Well,
all that
Miami,
terrible stuff.
Miami has the money.
Yeah.
Miami has the money to keep him down
I
there.
was about to
So
say they got
I
him.
think
Yeah. But yeah, we are talking about Portal this week. Last time we talked, Alabama fans were in disarray and we lost guys, and oh my God, it's a
yeah,
disaster. Now I think a lot of Alabama fans are feeling a lot better.
yeah, we got a lot of what we needed.
Yeah.
A lot of unproven guys. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if we know, honestly, it's not guys you can't. If you say you know them a lot, you're lying. I mean, it's not starters. I mean, but we got what we needed. We needed a lot of offensive linemen, a lot of because we're gonna have to fill a lot of spots,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what went out and got. They got a defensive line. We needed folks there,
Mm-hmm.
an offensive line, and we got the wide receiver for North Carolina State might actually be exactly what
Man,
we needed.
I watched some of his highlights. It was like, I got me a little excited. I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, this is the guy we
Yeah.
wanted from NC State.
I think he might be nice.
Yeah, AK Deer officially says he's come back, so that's another talent. I think, like,
Hubbard
I think I
coming
said it.
back.
Yeah, I think I said, yeah, Hubbard's coming back. We got new kicker, punter. Uh,
Yeah,
we got still visits with a couple of receivers. I know that one from Yale and another guy we're getting visits from. The big defensive lineman from Oregon, that was a big pickup. So I
yeah.
still think I
Anthony.
don't think we're necessarily done. I think there might be another couple additions here. We'll see.
All right.
But yeah, even
I like what they did. They got
yeah,
they filled what they needed. Hollywood Smothers would have been a great addition, but not necessarily the spot we needed. And if he wanted, X amount of money, ain't the hell we could throw that, get five linemen in
Yeah, exactly.
for
Yeah,
that one.
if he wants to go get
So,
Texas, get the money at Texas, go get money at Texas. Look,
do
I
that.
was not.
Awesome.
I think I said it last week, but I was not worried about the running back room, man. That's you got Daniel
Oh,
Hill,
that money.
A.K. Deer. Uh,
Yeah,
I mean, just them two coming back, I think is huge.
right.
You got
You
Riley.
got Hill,
Uh,
Riley. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
yeah, so I think I'm good with him, and then we have Kroll coming in too.
yeah.
That's
So,
the
yeah.
biggest one.
And if he's anything like what we think he's going to be,
I mean,
man,
that's one where I was seeing reports. When we officially got his commitment or signed him on early signing day, whatever it was. There are guys out there that are saying that he could start now, like literally walk onto campus. And I think I saw one guy say like if Alabama were able to get him in uniform before the Rose Bowl, then they should.
he
And
would have.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. So I'm with you. I'm happy. It was funny to me when we started losing a bunch of those linemen early in the portal that so many Bama fans are freaking out like, oh my god, like what's happened is like these are the guys you guys bitched about all year long, man. Like,
I wasn't too worried.
yeah, exactly. I was happy to see a couple of them. I was like, okay, like cool, go get
Cool.
yeah, yeah,
Go. If you,
yeah.
you know, and some of the guys that left, I'm like, man, if you could not get on the field with this bunch, especially on our right side right now,
Mm-hmm.
I, this was your best time to get on the field and you didn't. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm all for the overhaul of the offense, the line. I mean, we got a bunch of new guys in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine with me. Let's get a bunch of new people in there because obviously some of the old names that we had for a couple of years, obviously did not do what they needed to do,
Exactly.
especially on the right side. So I mean, I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of defensive linemen, we got a lot of offensive linemen,
Mm-hmm.
two areas that we definitely needed help with. Um, you
No,
know,
yeah,
at the end
and like,
of South Carolina, I mean,
mm,
so that might be an okay thing. He done played much, but he was also behind Dylan Stewart. So I mean,
yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, and like you
so we'll
said,
see
a
what he.
little on the offensive side, like maybe a little youthful. But I think that's
Yeah,
two things. It's one that's kind of the nature of what we're doing now, but two,
right.
I think that's also it's not just with this season in mind. I think that's looking forward to getting guys that if we can keep them in house. Uh,
And then you also look at like the wide receivers
mhm.
that did leave. I mean, we didn't lose anybody that was like, oh my god, that's terrible.
Yeah, like
We got the guys that we really needed.
Isaiah
We
Horton
kept
leaving
Ryan.
sucked. Of course, you're like, man, that's another. It's funny, another guy that does a big Iron Bowl for us and then leaves for a Texas school. But oh, and here comes up another big third down for Indiana and Miami defense. But yeah, no, I was really happy what we did this week in portal, and I'm sure we got a couple more things.
Not the sexiest move, but we don't necessarily need that.
Yeah,
We need guys
we
to
got
fill
stars in
holes,
there. Yeah,
play certain
we
roles.
didn't need Cam Coleman. Like, yeah, it would have been great, but we didn't need to spend the money if we could have used him to get, like you said, 3, 4, 5
Right.
more players elsewhere. And that receiver
Absolutely.
room's still going to be good next year. So like really good. So
Absolutely.
yeah, and then of course elsewhere, like you said, you got a lot of players still in it. I'm trying to think if
What's the name? The Arizona State quarterbacks at
mm,
LSU officially now, so
there's
that's
a
a
big,
big move for them. They also did good getting the USC backup, who got a lot of hype.
yeah, that
So
young guy,
Kiffin,
yeah.
yeah,
I was gonna say,
and Kiffin's been in there stuff,
mhm.
but you expect that from him.
I guess
That's kind of how.
I was about to say, yeah, the master of the portal. The big news this week was Darian Mensah, Duke quarterback.
Wow, last second
Last
looks like he's
second,
going to.
yeah. Uh,
But he's supposedly on a 2-year contract,
yeah,
so
so it's weird after we had that drama with the Washington quarterback and him signing and then, saying he wanted to go and now he's back. So we'll see what happens there if there's any kind of legal crap with that because he was on a 2-year deal. But, yeah, and all the reports are saying that he is going to go to Miami. Um,
as soon as it said he was about to go into portal, I was like, oh, Miami must be
yeah, right.
pulling
Um,
hitting him up.
yeah, because I think most everything else happened. Dylan Raiola went to Oregon. We knew that beforehand. Dante Moore did announce that he was coming back.
Dante
Yeah,
Moore coming back, we didn't know.
yeah, that was so. That's
It's
huge for
interesting
Oregon. Huge for Oregon.
because one or two things though. I mean, how much I want to know too because I mean Dylan Raiola definitely did not go to Oregon to sit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I know for sure he thought is going pro. Had to, and I wonder how much money because Nebraska paid pretty good for Dylan Raiola. They definitely gave some millions of dollars. I wonder what did Oregon do? What did they give him? And then on top of that, what did they get to get more back? You know, as well,
Mm-hmm.
get more back. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get it. Like, why? I mean, obviously, I'm sure he feels like after the national semifinal that he has to be a better quarterback. And it also helps, you know, that probably the team that's going to select you is the Jets.
Mm.
I wouldn't want to go to the Jets
No.
if
No.
I, you know, I mean, you know, once you're in the draft, you really another phenomenal catch.
Back shoulder. They're killing him with that back shoulder. Another third down too. Now you got to start thinking about timeouts if you're Mario Cristobal, which is scary for
You
Miami
know, of
fans.
course, yeah. But yeah, you know, with that though, with you know Dante Moyes coming back, you know, you in the back of your mind, it's just hard to go to the Jets because they're in such a bad spot. It seems almost depressing to go to the Jets. It doesn't seem like it's any fun. They're not going anywhere. They're not getting any better. I mean, the team didn't even have an interception all season, which is
That's
crazy.
still that still does not sound. That's
Not
like that's
one.
insane. An NFL team did not intercept a single pass.
And to
Uh
think that at
oh.
one point,
Oh.
there's been times when the pride of the team has been the defense with the
Mm-hmm.
Jets. I mean, they arguably have one of the best corners of all
I was about to
time.
say
Even
Aaron Glenn is their damn coach.
yeah, I mean, he was a star. I mean, they were built on defense. Hell, when they went to those AFC title game with Mark Sanchez, it was about how great the Jets defense was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even a couple years ago, they had some pretty great defenses. It's just wild, just how. But it just seems like a terrible place to go. No fun at all. So I mean, I get why he wouldn't want to go because that's probably where he's going, and you know, if that's really the only way you can control your destiny, as for at least for another year, is going back to college. The opportunities the NIL offers you, yeah, I mean, you have that opportunity to do so now.
Mm-hmm.
No one would have ever done that before, but now you have that chance. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens there. But you know, Dante Moore, if he stays healthy, I mean, obviously he's the front runner for next year.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Right.
And
That guy.
obviously him coming back second year in that offense and that system, that's great news for Oregon and their chances at making another run next year.
I mean, it gives like a Dylan Raiola a chance to learn the system without much
Mm-hmm.
pressure, which
Yeah.
may be very beneficial for him. Plus, you're getting a new offensive coordinator, so I mean that changes maybe something. But
Mm-hmm.
I think they did internal stuff, so I don't think that they're going too outside of what they do.
Yeah.
Um,
And so yeah, it looks like the big stories now are waiting out Darian Minson and then offensive tackle Jordan Seaton from Colorado. He's another big name that put his name in the portal
yeah,
late. So that's going to be a very coveted guy out there.
he's gonna get
Yeah,
$1 billion.
he's going to get a lot of money.
Oh, I mean,
So far, I'm trying to think if there's anybody else out there. Oh,
I think it's kind of I think
Damon
it's kind of
Wilson.
funny.
Damon Wilson from Missouri, the edge rusher. He's still out there.
Yeah.
Hmm. And then
Oh,
so
yeah,
is,
he's gonna
is is my dude the safety from? Oh, he committed to Oregon. Nah, from
oh,
Minnesota.
that's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn, I was about to say that's the
That's
guy.
that's
Of course, we
that's
did.
a big
Yeah, Keon Sabb announced he's coming back. So
coming back.
and Bray Hubbard, yes.
That's one good thing I will say. Like, yes, we lost some guys in the portal. You know, like you know, Rob, the two dudes that went to Ohio State. It kind of sucks,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, Smith and Rusal, but they, you know, injuries and things. They show signs of being good, but the good thing though is a lot of our big names they come back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they, you know, he's done a good job of building relationships that guys want to come back and play for him again. So that's one thing Kalen DeBoer I think has done a good job is that a lot of the star players, maybe have to throw them a little bit more, but they have obviously have other opportunities and they feel like, hey, I'm gonna come back and play for Kalen another year.
Mm-hmm.
Which says something in today's age that he's doing something right. So
Yeah. No,
if
exactly.
nothing else, he's done a good job of keeping those that are on the team that most people would hate to see leave. So
Mm-hmm.
for now, he's done a good job there building relationships. It'd be interesting to see if we keep the same offensive line coach. I don't know if that was wait till the portal and then we get rid of you or
Mm-hmm.
what you're thinking there. Unless they want to give him another year, but I've seen enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless
I think. Yeah.
unless they want to do overhaul with a new line and what that does, and maybe these guys fit more of the system that they really want to run. I don't know. I, I, if there was a coach that had to go for me, it was him.
Mm.
So
No, I agree. I agree.
we're,
Interesting. I think that's what most Bama fans will start watching now. That the portal, once the portal really dies down,
yeah,
um, there'll be.
because he said it would be some changes made in the coaching staff. So
Yeah, I think you're right. It's more of a like, all right, well, let's handle portal business first, and then handle that.
see what we need to do.
But yeah, so that is where we're at in terms of, uh, off the field and transfer portal stuff. We got a minute 54 here in Indiana trying to put this one on ice. 2nd and 1 here. They're running hard on these first down runs.
Overall, though, it's a bittersweet thing. I mean, it's been a hell of a season, but to think that after about 2 minutes and 15 in real time, that season's over. End of the college football season. This is what we live for. And you live it all year, but man, you only get really four months, and then it's gone for another
Mm-hmm.
8 months.
Yeah,
It's tough,
it's always like you say, bittersweet. Um,
but it's been overall. I mean, this has been one of the most interesting seasons in quite some time. I mean, every season has its moments, but it feels like every week it was something crazy with this season. You know, we saw a lot of crazy upsets. We saw, a lot of teams come out of nowhere. Like, I mean, look at this national title game. I mean,
exactly. Yeah, we saw in the greatest turnaround in sports history in Indiana what
yeah,
Kirk Cignetti's done there, and then Miami had a great turnaround of their own, and
yeah.
that defense we've talked about multiple times this season, going from how
Dude, I
terrible that
still
defense
don't
was.
think that they get enough. I just don't think that man and what he's done gets enough love. I'm sure it gets some,
Mm-hmm.
but it should be. I mean, it's just crazy just how much better the defense is. I mean, they didn't like we were like if they would get 10% better last year, they're probably a national championship team. They go out and they get 200% better. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
because you
absolutely
got
insane. Oh,
what would this Indiana team do against last year's Miami defense?
whew,
My
good.
goodness,
Terrorizing them. They would be terrorizing them.
yes.
So they got a big false start there on 2nd and 1, 2nd and 6. Miami
Look at that down.
stuffs the run, so we're
Yeah.
gonna have a huge about 3rd and 5 or so here. Of course, Indiana is in field goal territory, so if they do get stopped, they can elect to make it a 6 point game at least, and make
Down
Miami have to
point.
score go score the touchdown. But yeah, so yeah, I think that does it for college football talk. Bama hoops this week, good rebound week. 2 tough road victories in Starkville and then in Norman.
Got, got out to the bad start in Starkville.
Oh, terrible start,
And
and then just turned it on. Just
the
absolutely.
second, man,
It was
the
like
second half,
80 some points over the last 25 minutes of the game.
stupid.
Mm,
That three ball was just falling.
mm.
It's phenomenal.
And then kind of a different type in Oklahoma was not really falling for them. It wasn't like a big fest. They just grinded one out.
Yeah,
So good rebound for them after a rough week the week before, and then no midweek game this they do. Oh, Miami gets the stop on third down.
Yeah, we get the whole week. We get the whole week to get ready for Tennessee. That's
Yeah, Tennessee
huge.
comes to Coleman Coliseum next Saturday. It'll
Oh,
be a big,
yeah.
big game.
That's what we got to get there. We got to beat them.
Hmm.
Like, I'm sick of
Yeah,
losing
we
them
owe
in
them. We owe them
basketball.
one. We owe them a few, but we
Plenty.
owe them, yeah, one for
We
sure.
gotta.
And
Are we gonna see Latrell Wrightsell back in like what?
yeah, man, that
Like
poor guy cannot stay on the court, man. Um,
I just don't know what every week. I know he's
I
out.
about to say,
You know,
is he from near that San Francisco 49er practice field? Um, yeah, we didn't. I don't even think we didn't talk about that last week, did we? These reports, the 49ers are next to like this electrical station. Their practice field is right next to it, and there have been studies showing that being in that close contact for that long can weaken your ligaments and stuff. And of course, the 49ers have an abnormal amount of injuries, so there's like some legit like data behind it. It's kind of crazy. If y'all haven't read up on that, field goal is right down the middle. So Indiana has a 6 point lead with a buck 42 to go. So Miami will get the
Carson Beck,
ball.
everyone
Yeah,
wants
here you
to
go.
see
Yeah.
if he wants to ever set his legacy as one of the. Oh,
Man,
this is what it comes down to.
exactly. This is great. This is great.
But this is what,
Yeah.
as a college football fan, this is what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you have all the stories. I mean, you have Indiana, greatest turnaround ever. Mendoza's run, up. Miami answers, holds them to a field goal, and now one of the most scrutinized guys for really nothing. A lot of it, feel like it's a lot of not necessarily. He hasn't been bad on the field, and he really hasn't been bad off the field. I think people just don't like his attitude at times or his
Hmm.
style. I don't know. Seems like a lot of people just don't like him for stupid reasons. But this is his time to really stick it to everybody. If he hits this
Hmm.
game-winning drive right here, he's had an okay day. Not
I'm
phenomenal.
about to say
Come,
neither offense. They just showed numbers. Both offenses sitting at 318 yards. So, and of
oh,
course, one of
just
Indiana's touchdowns was that block punt. So,
yeah.
and of course,
So
Miami has a missed field goal from the second quarter there at the end of
mm,
the first half. That's
interesting.
looming large right now.
Special teams.
Mhm.
Special
But
teams.
yeah,
They
the Bama ladies, they had a tough week opposite of the guys. A
yeah,
bad loss at Auburn midweek. That
yeah.
was not a game that this team should lose. Um,
But really,
mm.
they could not hit any shots,
No, yeah,
and
it just weren't falling. Yeah.
they Auburn played good defense.
Mm.
But what it comes down to is this: in both games, man, they are missing Essence Cody so bad
Hmm.
because she's a 14 and 10, guaranteed points on the inside, give you rebounds. Because they have Carly Weathers out there playing the four, and she's a three, maybe. She's small, and they got her playing the power forward. So I mean, big disadvantage. I mean, yesterday, I think they played a hell of a game, considering Essence Cody's not there. They had runs, they had chances. They went out to 13-3, started out in Tennessee, and then they actually took the lead about 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Came back.
I was going to say hit a big three, took a 1 point lead about like you said 7 to go, and then after that I think it was like a 17-5 run by Tennessee to close it out.
Games like that, what that shows me is the effort is definitely there,
Hmm.
but the interest in Alabama women's basketball is just starting to come about.
Hmm.
It's not really ever been there, let's say. Last year kind of got people interested. This year they've gotten off to a good start. They're competitive. They actually had for them a decent crowd yesterday at Coleman.
Hmm.
I would like to see more, but it wasn't terrible. I mean, for the women, it's decent. But you see the difference just in what the rosters look like for Tennessee compared to us, and just the NIL money going into it, you could just see the difference.
Hmm.
And then honestly, until we're able to do that, we're going to be behind the big dogs in the conference.
No,
We
yeah.
got to put
Ooh.
a little bit of cash into it.
Oh,
Like I know it's hard. Like we're of course we're gonna put everything in football. We're
hmm
starting to put a little bit more in basketball on the men's side, but the women are gonna need some help. Yeah, we got the great freshman there, the Gatorade player, and she's gonna be good. But there's got to be some more money put into that. Because I mean, the way Tennessee changes their line, they do hockey lineups at times. They
mm,
flip 5 for 5, and the second five to come in is just as good as that first five. There's
yeah,
really no drop off in talent, and so that's the difference between us and reaching that next level.
yeah.
It's just gonna be hard to do, but well,
Update in ours where we at in the
yeah,
game. Miami started their drive with a delay of game, and then but they bailed out here with a roughing the passer call. So they're at their own 35. Minute and a half left as they try to get there, and now a first down as they're close to midfield.
oh,
But yeah, tough week. They the ladies also have a midweek
we
break,
found.
and
Hopefully, they can Essence Cody back.
yeah,
But she's had that
that's huge.
injury, and after you just she get a week and come back for Mississippi State, and then it really picks up. They go to Georgia, which just blew out a good Ole Miss team, and then they go to LSU.
What a catch!
So that's gonna be a tough run of games there. Hopefully, they can be Mississippi State, and then I don't we'll see what they do on the road against Georgia and LSU. But they're putting effort there. They just got to get Essence Cody back, and we'll see how the season goes.
hmm
Hopefully, though, they get enough wins that they can maybe host a game, host those games in Tuscaloosa. They almost got there last year. We'll see if they can
hmm
get there this year.
Yeah.
That'd be huge.
So yeah, something to look forward there too on the college hardwood and the pros. We talked about Trey Young last week, right? That happened before we recorded last
We
week.
did.
Yeah. So no big trades this week. There was talk of an AD trade, but he's hurt again, right?
Yeah, he is out again.
Yeah.
Maybe not as long as what they originally said, but he's out.
Yeah.
So,
Uh, every
um,
um, every article you read about trade candidates is just begging for the Pelicans to trade Trey Murphy or Herb Jones. Although Herb's having a little down year defensively for him by his standards, but I think Pelicans ownership, the front office, pretty much come out and said they are not trading Trey or Herb Jones or Fears or Queen. So I don't remember if they threw
why would
Zion in that, huh? Yeah.
I mean, those are guys. Why would you want to like? Those are like young
I mean,
guys. Like,
I tell you, I still obviously think that trade for Derek Queen was bad. You don't send an unprotected first round like that.
yeah,
But man, he has been a pleasant surprise. He's adapted better than I thought he might. I thought he might be a slow learner, but no. And Fears has really been a good.
here's his talented.
Yeah. So some bright spots on a otherwise bad season for the Pels. So it will be
I mean,
interesting to see what they do if they can, do they? Oh,
oh,
and there's
oh,
bad Carson
Carson.
underthrew his man. Might have had him there.
Oh,
That's gonna do
buddy.
it. Indiana will be able to take a knee, and Indiana's going to win a
Oh,
football national title. That
oh,
is insane. They're
wow.
probably going to get a celebration penalty here, but
Oh, bad Carson showed up at the
yeah.
wrong time. Oh, wow. Oh, man.
Tough
You know what
break
the
there.
worst part about it is if you're a Miami fan right now?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're thinking about how much you just spent on that ticket because there were no cheap tickets. At minimum, you spent what
Oh man,
$2,000
yeah,
to
that's
get in this bad boy.
it's starting to get Super Bowl price, and I saw a couple pieces about that too in the lead up to the game. Just like
It's
man,
really sad.
it is. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Let's see what we're looking at here.
I want to see what was he? Why he didn't even have to go for it all right
I
here?
don't know if that was a miscommunication or if he just underthrew him because he looks like he had a little bit of a window if he throws it back shoulder, but the receiver
But you
wasn't
don't need that
expecting to
right.
pass at all.
And you don't need that right here.
He kind of slows down on the route. No, he does not expecting that throw at all.
They were. Oh,
Let's see. I wonder if any.
you know who's gonna have more fun with this is of course Florida and Florida State
Oh
fans
yeah,
are gonna have a
they're the biggest Indiana fans tonight.
gonna have a field day with
I'm trying
that.
to rewind it here and see if this all 22 if they show any other routes or if they zoom in here. Might have had his guy Tony over the middle there for about a 10-yard gain if
Yeah,
he wanted.
it's just you don't have to. You don't have to. You didn't need it. You didn't need it there. You had time out. You
Yeah.
didn't. You didn't have time, but you had time. Uh,
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Indiana's backed up to maybe no space to take a knee here. Yep. Mendoza just falls forward, and that will do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Indiana,
Well,
the
at least we got the game that we wanted. We got a
yeah,
phenomenal game. No blowout. Drama.
about a B minus C plus on that Gatorade dump there. Too early.
Yeah,
Uh, and
yeah.
also you're Indiana. Why are you doing blue Gatorade? You gotta do the red. But
I did it right. Yeah.
unbelievable turnaround. It arguably see the greatest short term coaching job ever.
Ever.
Maybe not arguably, honestly. Kurt Signetti.
They did.
We've joked about it
Absolutely.
when he took that job a couple seasons ago. We joked about it on
What is
here.
he doing?
Yeah.
Why?
Um.
I thought he sold himself short.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, not necessarily because of him, but just because what excuse me, Indiana
Yeah.
was
Exactly.
and has. I mean, but but now they got Mark Cuban. I didn't even know he went to Indiana. Honestly, it was you know, as a math fan, maybe I should have known that at some point. But he did graduate before I was alive. But now he's the man that's handing out money to the NIL and keeping the players. So, I mean, that's a big bank to have in your pocket. My
Mm-hmm.
goodness.
Yeah. I was
So
about
I
to say.
mean,
So now here's as they say, it's easy getting to the mountaintop, but it's hard to stay there. So here comes the real.
yeah, once you have that target on your back,
Yeah.
no longer
Mhm.
it's no longer a feel good story. Now everybody's gunning for you.
Yeah. Now
You're
you're
not
the
a
target.
Cinderella anymore.
But
You are the target.
that is that's down the line. Indiana gets to enjoy this now. Indiana fans
Oh,
just absolutely got
this is a season. It doesn't matter what they do for the rest of the time. This is
no.
a
Yeah.
season Indiana fans will remember forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kudos. You know what? Kudos, especially. There's a bunch of people I know that jump back who may be Indiana basketball fans, and
Mm-hmm.
the football team, they get on it whenever they're decent. I mean, understandable. But kudos to those people that were going to games when they're losing 70-7, and in 2017, 2018, and it's terrible. And 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 in the early 2000s, because really, what do we think of before this? What do we think about Indiana football? Antoine Randall L. What is he doing? He was. We sometimes saw highlights or turned the game to see what
Mm-hmm.
he would do. We kind of, when Michael Penix was there, we kind of saw, man, it was fun, but
Yeah.
they had a good season until he got hurt, and then things fell off again. But this has been just the most amazing turnaround
Mm-hmm.
ever.
Uh,
I
yeah.
mean, year one was cute, but this the year two they said, well, that was just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't happy at all of losing, the big games. Everybody like, oh, they lost to the games that really matter. They had a weak schedule. They shouldn't even made the playoff. And now look at them.
Yeah. Absolutely insane. Just of course, you got the
And
story that of course everybody knows by now. Fernando Mendoza is from Miami. Uh, they,
grew up a Canes fan, huge Canes
yeah,
fan.
right. That was the story they decided to beat everyone over the head with. There's always one every title game, every Super Bowl, stuff like that. They find one story and just do not shut up about it.
Yeah,
And this is it.
yeah, but,
But man, yeah, absolutely amazing. Like we joked, this is some PlayStation stuff right here, man.
yeah.
But Miami fans should hold their head up high too, man. They obviously with Tony, and then we'll see if it's Mensa or whoever
Yeah.
is the quarterback. But
Well, I mean,
Mario Cristobal
they'll
has this
figure
team.
it
Yeah,
out.
they turned around, got the defense fixed. Now they just need to go out and win the ACC.
Yeah, that's the next thing.
But yeah, I think.
But I mean, you got to look. I mean, nobody thought Miami was going to do a damn thing this year.
Mm-mm,
People made fun of the Carson Beck thing.
mm-hmm,
They lose. We saw bad Carson on that night in October against Louisville when he threw the four picks.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him. We thought for sure the season was done after they lost to SMU. We
Mm-hmm.
thought, well, that's the end. They then after that they went to a different level. They started blowing teams out,
Mm-hmm.
just handling business. And then they went to College Station and won.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, well, that was a terrible game. Ohio State's going to run them. Little did they know it's because of how great both defenses were more so than anything. It took it to Ohio State, had a classic game with Ole Miss, and then the classic game in the national title. I mean, you can't be mad at if you're a Miami fan. It's been a hell of a ride.
No, you can officially say that Miami, the U is back.
Yeah,
Yeah, they So yeah, interesting. Now, like we talked about the bittersweet end of the season. We'll talk a little more transfer stuff as some more guys commit, and then spring football we'll talk a little bit more, although not as big now with so many teams changing their games or just outright canceling
yeah.
them.
The spring game is kind of lost its luster, and
Mhm.
I guess I guess we still have the spring transfer portal that open up, or did they?
No.
Some
That's done away with.
that
Yeah,
one's over.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Miami and Indiana players they will have a short period where they can enter. But
So they're the first team to go 16-0 since
since Yale in 1894 or whatever that
the
is.
only team to have. They're the last two undefeated most recent teams in college basketball and
Yep.
college football. 76.
Yeah, man.
Man,
It is. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Assembly Hall going nuts there. I still wonder. I still would like to poll Indiana fans and see how many of them would trade this foot.
this for a
Yeah,
basketball title.
this for a basketball title.
Oh,
Because I wonder.
there's no.
Well, I wonder if it's like because there's a contingent of Alabama fans too, and I want to the big question is like, would you trade one of your football titles for like a Final Four title? And there's a lot of
I
people that
would.
wouldn't, huh? You would or wouldn't?
I would.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm in that school. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
would
Yeah.
trade. I would trade one because I feel like that's the one thing that I'm missing out in life.
Yeah.
I may never see it, but just the feeling that we got going to the Final Four for the first time,
Hmm.
it felt so amazing.
Hmm.
If we actually won the title in basketball,
Oh man.
that would
Yeah.
that would just complete like everything.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Absolutely.
You talk about this guy, Don Fisher, the voice of IU football since '73. How many bad years has he seen in his life?
Right. You talk about a man that just went to work and now he's going to get rewarded. Look at that face as they're showing his call here of the interception
Gotta love
that
it.
sealed the
For
game.
people like that have been like they're just Indiana fans no matter what. Just go to games and now you get this. And now the state of Indiana's in the whole state's in debt because they spent a lot of money over the last month going
Yeah.
from the Rose Bowl
This is another
to
reason,
Atlanta
man. If you really
to
want to keep the college game for the people like it was, put every game except the title game on campus. Indiana should have been played in their
most of
two
the games.
games at home and then
Yeah.
having to travel for this one. But
Mm.
yeah,
I hate that for Carson Beck though.
yeah, you do miscommunication with the receiver or something there. Not sure what he was looking at, but not the throw, not the way you want your season to end. Especially when you had, like you said, there was time left. They could have taken a few more, 10, 15-yard shots
Have,
before really having to go
have
for the
more
end zone.
time.
So
Right.
now Indiana will get their trophy.
But it comes on to special teams. The,
Yeah,
the missed field goal,
yeah, and the pump block.
the
Yeah,
the pump block.
those are the
That's the difference
deciding
in the
factors in
game.
this game. You're absolutely right.
6 points.
Um,
10. We have three one way, 70. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, it's
shoot.
10 points. Yeah,
Leave
right there.
my
Yeah.
feet.
But yeah. Speaking of trophy presentations and all that. I don't know if we've ever talked about them. I'm sure I've talked about it online, but I really need every other sports league in the world to be more like soccer leagues, where they hand the trophy to the captain of the team, not the owner, not the coach.
Yeah.
Not some guy that's not on the field. Hand it to the captain, first, and then the coaches and everybody else can have their own.
Yeah, that was a terrible,
Yeah,
terrible Gatorade Cup.
yeah, it's too excited. It happens. It's
Yeah.
probably better than the first one for Nick Saban at Alabama, though. Remember when
Well, he
they
got
did
bashed in the head.
and he got mad about it?
Yeah.
Said
Oh,
something talked about in the post
he
game
got,
interview, like I just didn't like the intensity of it. Hey, it's all right, first time.
so,
But now's the story is, do they keep it going? How does Indiana keep it going? How do you build on this? Do you build we've talked about before, we think the dynasty is dead in college football.
yeah.
But man, it's hard to bet against Kirk Cignetti
It
after these
is.
2 years.
I mean, and then you were like, well, what is he gonna do next? And then he brings in Josh Hoover,
Mm-hmm.
who's had a phenomenal,
Mm-hmm.
pretty solid career at TCU.
Mm-hmm.
And then with that, with Signetti's coaching and what he's done in his 2 years
Mm-hmm.
with the quarterbacks, because honestly, if you look at it, I mean, he's had some project guys. I mean, Rourke last year,
Mm-hmm.
Mendoza. I mean, Mendoza was an okay quarterback at Cal.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't anything where you're like overly excited. It's just a guy. He's okay, but you wouldn't if you saw him at Cal last year and you're like, this man, if someone walked up to you last year when he was at Cal, I was like, this man is going to transfer to Indiana, lead the Hoosiers to a national title, and be the Heisman Trophy winner. Man, you're going to test that man for drugs.
Mm-hmm.
you know,
No, yeah, it's
maybe he's just another guy. Like, and now he's going to be the number one draft pick in the NFL. He won the Heisman, and then he has one of the most phenomenal runs to really close the game out. I mean, if Daniel Moore was paying pitches for Indiana, it'd be that jump from the 2 yard line.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
absolutely. That'd be there.
mean, someone has to paint that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a classic thing. And then even after that, I mean, really, Miami did a hell of a job answering both things. I mean, they answered after the pump block, they answered after the touchdown. Um, but boy, that back throw
Mm.
phew,
Yeah,
killed Miami.
those back shoulder throws, they were absolutely huge. Just that drive with the 2 fourth down conversions.
Oh, yeah,
Indiana,
no
this is not a
prospect there.
fluke. Yeah, just tough way to end for Carson Beck. But this is not a fluke. This is not. It is a
No.
Cinderella story in the sense, in the grand scheme of things, because
Oh,
Indiana.
in the
Yeah.
history, because we're looking at the overall history,
Hmm.
but this is not our dad's Indiana, our Indiana. This is something new, and
Yeah.
it, and this is the thing that people that are like, oh, the portal in NIL is terrible. But then you see this, and this is what shows why the NIL and the portal work.
Hmm.
This, because it allows teams like Indiana to become national champions. In the previous, there's no way this happens.
Yeah.
Without the transfer portal as it is, without NIL, we don't see this.
No, absolutely not.
So
No.
for
Yeah.
every naysayer and says it's so terrible, you get this. So
Yeah.
it has its ups and its downs, but I think for the most part, when done correctly, it works.
Yeah. It certainly, we certainly need some guardrails. We need some actual, enforcement body to actually be able to hold teams to the cap or whatever. But there needs to be, we've talked about changes. There needs to be some more multi-year deals or whatever, so that you're not having to recruit your guys after every single season. Because that's not even something that happens in the pros. Your
Right.
your pro guys sign multi-year contracts, so you don't have to recruit your whole team again after the season's
Right.
over. So, but
Yeah.
that's another talk for another time.
Yeah.
As far as sports elsewhere, the only other big thing I had this week, Kyle Tucker signed with the Dodgers, of course. God, that's what I was trying to think. So the Dodgers get another
I
big
mean,
star. Surprise,
that,
surprise. Yeah.
that is like if that is if that is it the most loaded roster?
It's
I mean, my goodness,
ridiculous. Looking for the
just
first
wild.
three-peat since did the Yankees three-peat in the 90s?
It did.
Yeah, they did. 98, 99, 2000, right? Yeah, so be looking for that first three-peat in almost 30 years there. The Mets owner tweeted something out about watch for the smoke signal or whatever, and then Tucker turned around and signed for the Dodgers.
Huh,
They turned around and got Bo Bichette the next day. So
yeah,
um,
which is decent.
yeah, but that's there's still some big names out there. Um,
Yeah,
but that usually gears up a lot more toward as spring training starting up here in a few weeks.
yeah.
We're fastly approaching NBA trade season. So that'll be the yeah.
Which usually is
Hmm.
great TV.
Yeah.
I mean, the NBA usually outdoes themselves
Hmm.
so hopefully we'll get an awesome,
Yeah.
some cool moves, something to really gets it going there. Of course, everybody's talking about Anthony Davis,
Hmm.
but as a Mavs fan, I say, cool, let's have him go because just as it worked out, I mean, it kind of was writing on the wall. It was obvious it wasn't going to work. It's more likely he was going to get hurt than he was going to be
Hmm.
Anthony Davis of old. And we got that. I think it's crazy that teams would be interested in him at this point, considering his track record recently with health.
Hmm.
But that's just me. We are on a three-game win streak, and we blew out the Knicks today.
Yeah.
If that's worth anything. We're still sitting in 12th in the West, and yeah.
Man,
So no, oh, yeah,
I don't even after the Pels went on that like 5-6 game win streak a couple months ago now, and it was like, oh man, maybe there's something, but then, just since then it's just been blah. But it is just, man, it's kind of the same old problems, even with the interim coach there. But it's I'll get the updates. I got that Apple Sports, the live score, so
yeah,
and we'll be in games in the fourth quarter, even winning games, and then all of a sudden, I won't look at it for 20 minutes, and I'll look back down and we've lost by 10.
yeah.
So it's just same old.
I will say though, we did get a phenomenal pick. If there's anything to look forward to and watching as a Mavs fan, and Cooper Flag
Hmm.
is going to be the real. I think he's the real deal.
No, yeah.
You always worry about that, but he seems to really
Hmm.
become that guy. And and so we've hit there, and we'll see what we have to do around him because I think we're going to have to rebuild some things because obviously Anthony Davis, I don't know if he really is ever going to play in Dallas past the season.
Hmm.
And honestly, I don't. At this point, I don't have faith. I don't know if Kyrie will ever come back to
Hmm.
Dallas or not.
Hmm.
I don't know if he wants to end his career in Dallas or he wants to go somewhere to try the better shot at winning the title or what his health status is.
Yeah.
I mean, does he even come back this year at this point? I mean, if we're out of it, does he feel like, well, why come? You know, does he have any reason to come back? So we'll see. But I think we got a good base, at least with Cooper Flag, unless we pull a Luca type trade and ruin it again. But we'll see what we do. But at least we have that, and we'll see what we put around them now.
Yeah. So that is where we are in the world of
That's where we're at.
sports. Like we said, NFC or in AFC conference championship games this weekend coming up now. NFL.
Mhm.
The week after that, will be the Royal Rumble. Still waiting on ESPN to do something there. Got to figure out a way.
Are they going to do that? Or are we going to get? I feel like we're going to get
I don't
screwed.
know, and it's
I
gonna be
don't feel
weird
like
too because it's like it's in Saudi, so it's at like a two
it's
o'clock.
going to be like 11 in the morning.
Yeah, like a in middle of the afternoon Royal Rumble, which whatever. But
Yeah.
um,
I usually never watch them live anyway,
hmm,
but it's like it's just so
the
seems so weird that
yeah
if you want to watch it live, you're
the
basically in the
Rumble
middle of
is
that.
one that I usually try to catch live, just because I don't want to get on social media and ruin a big surprise or stuff like that. And I
Yeah,
love, like I said, obviously WrestleMania is the big day, but the Rumble is always my favorite every year.
because it kind of sets the whole year.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you see how they. what they do with the Royal, the champion of the Royal Rumble,
Hmm.
and what's their path to get to
Yeah.
WrestleMania
Well, and
and all that.
and when the Royal Rumble is done well, like when it's done really well, like the best Royal Rumble matches are just some of the best product that WWE has ever put out because they don't just tell that story; they tell so many other stories throughout the Rumble. You know, you think back to like those '08, '09 years when Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker started
Yeah,
having their feud. That was built up in the Royal Rumble. You know,
right.
you think about back through the days. There's been so many little moments. I've been rewatching a couple now. They're on Netflix.
Yeah, they are on Netflix now.
Yeah, I rewatched that 2020 Rumble, man. Yeah, I forgot, that first half when it was all about Brock Lesnar eliminating
Yeah,
everybody. Then they finally got him out, and then it was like, oh man, what's going to happen now? Then the surprise return of Edge, which is still like maybe the best moment in wrestling this decade.
yeah.
It's just so great. I watched the 2001 back Attitude Era Rumble, Austin's I think third victory. Yeah, that was a really fun one. And there's just little things that go on. If you
Right.
do the Rumble right, it's you tell
It's
stories.
set,
Yeah, you
set
weave.
for a great year.
Yeah, you weave stories in. You have rivals. What other one did I watch? I watched that 2016 one where Roman had to defend his title in it,
Oh yeah.
which I actually really liked until the ending. I didn't like Triple H winning. I thought they could have gone some other swerve route and
Right.
some turn or even like a double turn type thing. But I also misremembered. I thought it was way more star-studded. Like I thought I remembered like Goldberg and the
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker being in that, but they weren't. I might have been thinking
Hmm.
next year because I remember there was a year where like a bunch of them showed up, but I thought it was for that one since the title was on the line. But you did get like you got a Chris Jericho return, and then you got, I think it was Kevin Owens' first Rumble, and he had been on the main roster for a little bit then, and then Sami Zayn's
Right.
debut came in, and right, and they went right to
What's
fighting.
going on with Kevin Owens? Is he coming? Is he? I know he got hurt, but
I think he's out for a little bit, but who knows? He could be a surprise guy back in the Rumble.
because when he left, when he was being pissed off at everybody, I thought that was elite.
He's my favorite guy right now, man. He has been for a while since I first saw him when he was Kevin Steen in Ring of Honor back in the day.
Mhm.
Toward the tail end of his Ring of Honor run, but it used to come on like the CW in Tuscaloosa or something, and I would it's
Right.
wrestling, so I'd catch it, and then he's just this guy that caught
Yeah.
my eye, like he's just really good
Right.
at pro wrestling, man, and I forget what storyline they're running then, but I knew it was toward the tail end, but I was just interested, and then
Yeah.
he debuts in NXT, obviously, and just right away, just is the turn on Sammy, and just he's a star, and you could tell like, oh, this guy's awesome. So
Yeah.
I've been a fan of his for a while, but yeah,
Mhm.
he gets it. He's one of those guys that understands pro wrestling. Liz Horton is just so good at it. But
And that he is. And then
mhm.
I want to. It'll be interesting to see what they do with this whole. Now, what's the name when he's a bad guy? Like Drew McIntyre is a funny
Oh
dude
yeah,
too.
yeah, oh yeah, that's the big thing.
Now
Yeah, Drew
he's the champ.
McIntyre's a new champ. Yeah.
Now, and I think it's funny how he won too. He
Hmm.
slipped out the cage. Didn't even have it hilarious. And Jacob Fatu just over there fighting Cody. So we got Fatu back, which is awesome.
Oh
But
yeah,
I
that's great to have.
thought it was kind of weak how that happened. But it's very Drew McIntyre to win like that. To
Hmm.
after all that, just kind of slip out the cage.
Hmm.
So funny. Oh
Yeah.
man, Canes fans are just
Oh, we're showing this terrible. Damn, why you got to do
oh
that to
well.
Miami fans all of a sudden?
I'm sure they've all turned off the TV by
That's
now.
true.
Oh
Mm,
wow. If they're watching, they're sick.
I was about to say, yeah. Yeah, if you're, yeah, hopefully, but yeah. So, but again, I think Miami fans, once, the pain of this particular loss wears off in a few days, they'll be like, man, we're back. Like, we're in a good place. Let's
Yeah.
get it. And Miami should be a mainstay in this 12-team playoff or 16 or whatever it ends up being. I guess that'll
You
be
would
that'll
think.
be our next
You
news from
would.
college football is
Oh
what's going to happen. Man, I will tell you,
yeah.
I saw one. So it looks like, obviously Big Ten wants that dumbass 24 team thing. The SEC wants 16. Those two have to agree on
Yeah,
things. Some reports say
yeah.
that they'll end up settling on 16. But
Hmm.
I assume, like anyone thinks, that that'll just be okay. 1 verse 16, 2 blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I've seen reports where it's going to be like a weird staggered playing type situation where it's like 13 verse 16 and 12 verse and going through that. Don't do that, man. If you're going to do a
Um,
16 team playoff, just do the fucking the 4 rounds. Do your first round,
Absolutely.
your quarters, your semis, and then your title game. Just do that. Don't do these
Oh, yeah.
convoluted dick around things, man. Just yeah. Anyway, again, that's for another episode. As
Absolutely.
far as the world of sports, that's everything I have in my notes. Is there anything you want to touch on before we go?
Um, no, I think that's pretty much it. Just to yeah, bittersweet. College football is done for. I mean, we only have technically 2 more weeks of football altogether.
Yeah.
We got the NFC championship Sunday, and then 2 weeks after that, we'll get the Super Bowl. I guess we got the Olympics coming up, which is somewhat cool, just because
Yeah.
the winter one is entertaining, just because it's stuff you never really see outside of the Winter Olympics at all.
Yeah.
Especially, so I mean, you got some cool stuff there. So, but yeah, man, once football season ends, man, even as a big basketball fan, man, you just feel a certain loss, especially the college game. It's just like, damn,
No,
you know.
yeah, it's tough. We'll say with the Winter Olympics, NHL players are back in it, so that
That
should
should be
make
something
hockey
good.
a little more exciting. But yeah, yeah, it's tough. College is done now, and then are you real quick though? Are you with the crowd that thinks that they need to get this game off a Monday night, put it on like a Friday or a Saturday or something?
I'm fine with where I don't have a problem with it
Yeah.
necessarily. I
Um.
mean, I don't
I mean, I
because honestly, I don't ever like. I don't. I mean, it's not really overly too late. What is it, about 10:40? I mean, even if I guess a little late on the East Coast, but I don't know. Like
well,
we've really never been on a Saturday. It's always been
and here's
you
yeah,
know.
that's my thing. So obviously, college football is a Saturday sport, but once you get down to this, the powers that be aren't going to do it because they have to go up against the NFL, and they're not going to do
Yeah,
that.
that'll never work.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
So you're going to talk about that there. Well, they're not going to do that. And then, but like I think you were about to say this too. The national title games have never been consistently on Saturdays.
No,
Or ever.
they
I think it
still.
used to be if January 1st fell on a Saturday, they wouldn't play the games on the first. They'd play them on the 31st because the NFL was playing on Saturday by then. So even
And, even, and when we were kids, I mean, you just had the games on the first, no matter what. And your or the second, the national championship was, whatever the one of the biggest. We just had that plethora of games on the first, and you knew who your national champ was, even though technically won the national championship game.
I'm about to say I feel like the BCS title game was always on a Monday night.
Yeah, and they even had something like Wednesdays. The BCS for a while had some weird.
Yeah, because it
Like
was.
I swear when OU played Florida in '08, I swear that was like a Wednesday. It was a weird day of the week.
It might have been. Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, I don't. I get what people are saying that sometimes, like with it being a Monday, it might not have that big feel. Like I wouldn't mind. Like
Where else are you gonna put it
I
though?
about to say
This,
Friday night. I kind of like the idea of because you're leading into the weekend. It's big prime time. You obviously can't go Saturday night as much as people want to, but they're not going to do it. They're not because the NFL's. It's not like the NFL is going to.
the NFL is still gonna pool their
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah,
Is what it is. Like there's people that are just NFL fans, and they're gonna pull that. And they're gonna get your bear. You get your fans of specific teams that would watch both. But if they're gonna choose between, let's say, their Bears fans, Saturday night, and they're not a fan of either Miami or Indiana, of course they're not even gonna split the screen. They don't give a damn what's going on in the national title game. or if you're a Rams fan, you probably have no allegiance to either team. So you're not watching the national, even caring what
Mm-hmm.
about the national title game.
No, yeah.
I say leave it on Monday. It's by itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing else going on. It's in a window by itself. I mean, college football fans are going to watch a damn game.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Come on.
unless there's some sort of business partnership between the NFL and college football to where the NFL could be like, all right, we'll give you that Saturday night. It's not going to happen. So
They don't
just,
do that.
yeah, it's not going to happen. So,
They don't
like
do
I
that.
said,
So
maybe the Friday night game I'm okay with because it is a weird kind of big gap between the semifinals and the championship game. But I'm with you. I'm fine with it. It's fine. Um,
I
and
mean,
if you're, yeah,
football fans are gonna watch. I mean, we've dealt. I mean, hell, we watch Monday Night Football in regular season all the time and go to work tired. This
exactly.
is
I
the
about to
national
say, and
title.
I, as personally as yeah, I'm not going to be one that. And granted, I'm only 3 months into my first ever actual like true 9 to 5 job of my life, but I'm not going to be a guy that's going to be well I went to bed in the fourth quarter like no I'm going to stay up and watch a game if I want to.
Dude, I
Yeah.
mean, I've watched. I mean, honestly, as a now, luckily now I work overnight, so I'm either at work watching the game or it's my week off, so I'm watching the game at home.
Right.
But for most of my life, I've been a 9 to 5 type of guy, and I've watched random, Bengals, Patriots, Monday Night
Mm-hmm.
Football. I stayed up till 11:30 because it was 10:30, 11 because it's a hell of a game,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a good game. And I'm maybe a little tired the next day. It's random football. It wouldn't matter if I watched or not. I
Yeah.
have no dog in the fight, but it's Monday Night Football and it was a good game, so I'm gonna look at
Yeah.
it. But this is a national title game. If you're a little tired the next day at work, it is what it is. I feel like
um yeah,
you have
no,
no of any. That's funny.
no, yeah, I agree with you. But yeah, I think that does it for us. Then we'll be back next week. We'll talk and we'll talk Super Bowl matchup, and we'll know who's playing in it.
Super Bowl.
Maybe some NBA trades or something that will have gone on. Maybe some more transfer portal news going on. But yeah, so congrats, Indiana fans. If any of y'all listen, live it up, man. You never know when it's coming
Live it
back.
up.
So
'Cause
live it up.
Never. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter
Hmm.
whether you have a bunch of history or no history. I mean, live up every championship because honestly,
Yeah.
especially in today's world, man,
Hmm.
it's even harder to win than ever. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just saw that graphic. Yeah. Oh man, Big Ten fans are going to be insufferable. Uh, all
yeah,
these all these people that like
and
to.
that is the one thing that's that really kills because as I've got well when honestly when we were in school, I really didn't really feel the SEC pride at all
Hmm.
because you're in the South, so I mean that's all you hear, SEC stuff, so you really don't see what other people think about the SEC, right?
Hmm.
And then I moved to Nebraska, right? And I don't have I'm not a I'm not a pro SEC or I want everybody to win in the bowl game.
Hmm.
I don't want Tennessee and Auburn to win in life. Like what I'm saying? It doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Like that was an asshole thing to say, but someone's I saw Ohio's it was like I don't Ohio State fans were going for Michigan in the bowl game against Texas, and I was like, well, your rivalry's dead if you're for that. And they're like, well, we just don't want to see the SEC win. And I was like, that is the dumbest thing ever. I said I wouldn't want Auburn to beat cancer. Asshole thing to say, I know, but that's just how I feel about it.
No. Yeah.
But anyway, so when I first moved to Nebraska, right, I don't, the first national title game up here was that '07. It was LSU, Ohio State. And honestly, I want Ohio State to win because FLSU, right?
Hmm.
I wear Bama stuff all the time, and people come up to me and they're like, I hope LSU gets blown out. I'm like, okay, why are you telling me this?
Yeah, right.
I'm not
Like,
even
like me
correlating.
too.
I'm
Yeah.
not even correlating. They think I'm a SEC always type, but I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. But then I started getting it.
Mhm.
I mean, LSU blows them out. But but then even the next year, Florida, Oklahoma,
Mhm.
people are like, I hope I hope those Gators lose, and I'm like, me too.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is really weird.
Mhm.
And at that point, it's not even Nebraska's not even in the Big Ten; they're still Big 12.
Mhm.
But you just realize outside the SEC footprint, there's a lot of just hatred for the SEC. So at that point, I'm just kind of like, should I start just liking, the SEC?
Mhm.
I never really did, but I can see why, people, especially once you have the SEC footprint, why you hope the SEC does well.
Mhm.
I thought it was very strange. People are like, man, Georgia is not going to win. I'm like, cool.
Yeah,
I
right.
have no problem with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's I would say like I've always been, like conference pride is dumb. I don't care. These are my rivals. Like I don't
mhm.
want them to win. I don't want them to have success. Like I don't believe that
I
narrative
just,
that it's what's good for one of your rivals is good for the whole conference. That's dumb. No.
I
And
don't
but
think it is.
the only thing stupider to me is conference haters. Like you spend this much time, like you said, all these guys coming up to you. Oh, look at the SEC. Oh, you're just an SEC pumper. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm an Alabama fan. I don't give a shit about the rest of the SEC.
Now, I will argue with you all day
Mm-hmm.
and say, until recently, yeah, I will sit there and tell you, yes, I think the SEC is the best conference,
Mm-hmm.
top to bottom.
But yeah,
Yes, I will tell you that,
mm-hmm.
and I will stand on that. That does not make me a homer.
No,
At the same time, like last year's playoff game, when Ohio State beat the doors off Tennessee, it was an early Christmas present for me.
right? Yeah.
When Notre Dame beat Georgia last year, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I loved every second of it. This year, I mean, with Texas A&M lost to Miami, I had
Mm-hmm.
why would I care if Texas A&M wins or not?
Mm-hmm.
And people are, even now, like people met, the SEC with two and something bowl games. I'm like, oh, nice, okay.
I'm like, I don't care.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, like I don't. Like, who cares?
But yeah, I feel like Big Ten fans have a bigger thing right now than SEC fans as far as this anger. And yeah, I get that there's some SEC homers,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess I guess overall the fan base has really pissed off people for that long time a stretch when the people with SEC,
Yeah.
yeah, that really pissed off a lot of people. So I guess we'll have to hear the Big Ten for a little bit, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
If anything, I don't like. I honestly I hate um, a majority of Big Ten fans
Mm-mm.
just because they feel like that like they've lived a cleaner life, like they didn't cheat. Like, come on, guys,
Oh yeah,
let's be
that
for
pious yeah
that.
bullshit. Yeah.
Oh, the holier than now. Oh, look at
Mm-hmm.
us, and we have nothing but academic programs in the bit and all that. The things that I'm just like, let's stop.
Mm-hmm.
Let's and that's what I really don't like about the Big Ten. Now, there's some Big Ten teams that I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I, but there's like I can't stand Ohio State fans, Michigan fans, and surprisingly, the other team that I really can't stand is Wisconsin fans.
That's a random one.
Just because whenever they're on, I don't know. I think it's just that whole Midwest. And I had a thing when I went random story. I went to the Final Four in 2014 when UConn beat Kentucky in the title game. But anyway, it was the semifinal game, phenomenal semifinal game. Wisconsin, Kentucky. Kentucky beat them that year. That was the year before the Wisconsin got their revenge.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, so it comes down to a couple last shots, and then these Wisconsin fans are just jawing at me all the game because I went to the game just to watch. I'm wearing Alabama gear,
Mm-hmm.
so they just the SEC sucks, and so at that point I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna. And when Kentucky won, I would just look, hey guys, you guys are going home.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a Kentucky fan, but no true hatred for them like that. But I thought it was kind of funny. So I don't know, just something about Big Ten fans and their love of, and just fans in the North. It seems like they have a super hatred for the SEC, and a lot of the time I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I,
it's it's like sometimes you're like, all right, cool story, man. Like we really don't care. Like I guarantee you, if you say something to me about SEC, what about the SEC? I don't care. I legit do not care. And
do not.
also I've always thought using bowl records in either way is dumb. Like it's not the regular season. It's
It's not the
yeah.
regular season, and especially in today's world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you thought a bowl game was, if you thought it was meaningless back then,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say bowl games are meaningless. I mean, I still get a joy, and there's a lot of heart and
Mm-hmm.
passion in it. But with the way that people could sit out if they want to, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really do anything if you don't make the playoff. I mean, if there's any less motivation to play bowl games outside of the playoff. It's right now.
Mm-hmm.
So how much those games actually mean? Unless you're a program that's up and coming, and this really sets your
Mm-hmm.
program up for the next year.
Yeah.
But when Illinois beats a Tennessee team this year, phenomenal.
Yeah.
F Tennessee,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
great.
Yeah.
When Houston beats LSU, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for it. Blow them out. you know, Like I have no problem, with SEC teams losing bowl games.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a problem to me at all.
No. Yeah. Absolutely with you. But all right, that should do it for us, folks. Let's go ahead and get out of here. As always, thanks for listening. Subscribe, rate, like, do whatever it is on your podcast platform they ask you to do. Tell your friends about us. Tell your rich friends about us. Check out the alabamatake.com. You can find the all family of Alabama Take podcasts there and some writings that get done. Follow us on socials at Taking on Sports. Keep it done up real good yourselves out there. Of course, you catch Greg on Bama Hammer.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time, Greg, buddy. I'll see you then.
Yes, sir. We'll talk Super Bowl.
Yes, we will.